To our Sunday live talk. Here with me today is Geit Avonua from Kenya. I'm very glad to have her here as a very powerful woman helping Kenyan girls to transition from poverty to personal excellence. And Geit, I'm very pleased to hear more about you. May you please introduce yourself? Tell us about your person, your life, your vision, your mission, so that we can understand more.
Okay. Thank you and welcome everyone. I don't know if you are getting me or I'm getting lost.
No, you're here. You're here.
Hello?
Yeah, you're here.
The network is getting lost. Let me set it a little bit. Profile.
We can hear you quite good. Just talk.
Oh, okay. Now, Good morning, everyone. My name is Geit Avonua. I'm a Kenyan citizen, born in Kakamega County and raised in the county. I'm also married to one husband, and I have 3 biological children, 2 boys and 1 girl. My qualifications, I've done psychology, counseling psychology in degree. I also did early childhood education. I have a diploma in that. I run my own business, that is a school, stroke a center. I've also worked as a volunteer in so many schools as a teacher after qualifying from the college. And I also do community work together with the chief, the area chief. I made a borehole for the community, at least to get some clean water. And the area also I live, there's so many people with jiggers. So I've been doing that at least to sensitize people on that program and also help them do away with the jiggers, providing some treatment for them. And just the entire cleanliness of the people around, most of them could walk barefoot. So you look for means on how they can get some shoes, and so that they can avoid.
You have a disease which we don't know in Kenya, where parasites attack the feet.
Yeah, there is this disease. There are jiggers. You know jiggers? And you see, the jiggers are got from the houses they stay in, because most of the houses are made of mud.
Yes.
And so sometimes they get the jiggers. And since they walk barefoot, even sometimes going to the latrine, so they can easily get the jiggers. So you sensitize them on the importance of having a clean environment, use of shoes, and also how they can take care of the kids.
Yeah.
So that to avoid the jiggers. Sometimes when you get them, you cannot walk. That's so painful. You can't sleep, you cannot walk properly. And so learning becomes also a problem.
Definitely.
Yeah. And also the area I stay, there is the drug abuse. There is a local drug, local one. In our language, you call it changa. They brew it. It is a local brew. So you find, it is a local brew. which is locally made at home. Mm-hmm. And you find most of the youth, most of the people around take it, and after taking it, they cannot go to school. They become a nuisance to the community. So you get some youth, maybe as from age of 15 to 20 to 35, you look at them at 35, they're already old because of, yeah, you know, they wake up, drink it, maybe without meals, and it really harms their kidney and they can't do anything. So I took the initiative of sensitizing people on how to avoid and control it with the help of the chief, mm-hmm. because now my school is just in the middle of the place. It is, and a surrounding area is full of the brew.
Okay.
So I sensitized people around. And also, because of that brew, the families are so violent. There is that violence in the families, a father and a mother quarreling. You know, when someone is drunk and there is no food and you don't have money to buy food, it becomes a problem. Now the children in those homes suffer so much. So I took it as my personal initiative, and I take some of the children from such families so that at least when they come to my school, I help them get education, they're taught, and they're sensitized on the effect of changa, mm-hmm. and they become good people in the community. They're the ambassadors in the community, yeah. So basically that's what I do. And my vision, I would like my community to turn away from this kind of life. People should understand that whatever they do brings poverty and brings a great effect to the generation that we have. Some of them even die at a very early age.
Yeah.
They die because of that. They see no sense in living. And so we need at least to bring up a community that people are learned and they're able to do some other jobs or other businesses apart from changa brewing. It ruins families completely.
Yeah. As drugs do, all drugs ruin the families.
Yeah.
And why do people brew it in your country? Is it out of despair and grief?
Okay, it is a way of earning, but not a good way. Yeah. You see, like we don't have jobs, and even most people are not taken to school. So the only option is for them to brew the changa, which is cheaper, to get the materials and brew it. So it is just because of the effect of jobless, no education. So they run to that which is cheap for them.
Okay.
So that is why mostly. Maybe you have children you need to feed. So somebody thinks, let me do this as a business. And the business itself, not very healthy.
Yeah, not healthy for them, not healthy to those whom they sell it to.
Yeah, even for those who are doing it, even those who are taking, even for their own families. Because where I stay, in the neighborhood, we had one that was so bad that every day we could hear fights, every day, every single day. So I involved the chief, and then I took the person, the father of the home, and I gave him a job in my school. And I told him, instead of doing that, just stay at the gate as you welcome the visitors here and at least be decent. So when you tell them to stop doing that, you also need to provide an option for them. Yeah. Yes.
You need to provide something where they earn at least the same amount.
Yeah.
Which they earn with the drugs.
Yeah. So basically that is what I'm doing at the moment. I've got children who pay fees, little fees. So part of that one is the one I use to help these other children whom I take from those violent families and those who are not able, and also help the community. So that is basically what I do.
Okay, how many children do you have in your school?
I have 280 children,
wow.
But 100 are the ones I help. Because I said, if I can get at least 100 from the community who can go out and be my ambassadors, then that one will change with time.
It will.
Yeah, it will. In fact, it has started changing. Great. And also you get respect from the community. You know, when I began the school, it was like a hindrance to them because I could tell them this is a school, we don't need noise around the school. And also, so it was a hindrance to them. And they started feeling like maybe I want to bring some policemen at the area so they will not be able to get their brew. So I had to look for something that will make them feel that the school is something good. So I had to take some of the children, also help the community by giving them some casual jobs. And that's how I survived here.
I understand. It's not an easy thing to do. It needs a lot of power.
Easy. It is not very easy. It is not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're taking children from the first class?
From nursery, ECD, early childhood, up to class 8. That is where my school. And then after class 8, it becomes so challenging. I've also to look for people to help. Like there is a program in the government, maybe some of the banks, or I go to the institutions, or I mobilize some parents so that the children that I took from the community could continue with their high school education. So I request, there are some companies like West Kenya, sometimes they help, then another one, I do it myself. If I don't get, because at the age of 14, you cannot leave a child at the age of 14 after completing her class 8 education. You will not have helped. They will still go back to the village. So I need to make sure that they continue with their high school education up to the university. And when they reach the university, we have help. Help is a loan they get from the university. And I help also providing some basic needs and some money, maybe exam monies, but at least, yeah. The challenge is the high schoolers. You really look for money and try all the means to get them through that high school education. Yeah.
How is the job situation in Kenya at the moment?
Sorry?
How is the job situation? The possibility to get some paid work. How is it in Kenya at the moment?
At the moment is even worse. Especially when we've had some elections that sometimes don't go right. I don't know. It becomes a problem. At the moment, things are so hard. Everything is just difficult. And you see, after a period of campaigns, there is a time we go through hardship, and this is the time until the government settles. So we are just praying God will see us through, that we will not have violence, so that they solve everything well. And then we can see now, whoever takes the government and whatever programs that will come up, if they will help, then that is good. But at the moment, I can't give a real answer to the situation. Yeah, jobs at the moment is not easy.
Not easy to get.
Yeah.
Even here in Greece or anywhere in Europe, it gets more and more difficult.
Yeah.
So what do you recommend to children, especially girls, once they enter your school? Is there a special regime where you say head for this, head for that, work a lot?
Yeah, when they come to my school, I provide everything. Sometimes I got a machine to sew some clothes. So what I do, I pay somebody, I look for material, they make them some uniforms, because once you send them or you tell them to come with uniform, they will never come back because they will not get. So I provide uniforms, meals for them, and where to sleep. I stay in the compound with so many children, and sometimes when you come there, you think maybe it is a home or whatever, because when they reach, I think, grade 6, that's at the age of 11, 12 years, you know, they're starting the early adolescence. I retain them in school because the environment back at home, you know, those people come to take the brew at homes, you know, after taking those brews, anything can happen. We've had cases of rape, we've had cases of defilement, and it really discourages. So even sometimes when they come to my school, they say that we will not go back. Let us just live here. So that's how I stay with some of them. Yeah, but I have to provide for all of them. I provide clothes and food and education.
Yeah. So in reality, you don't have 3 children, you have 300 children.
Yeah, in reality, I have 300. Actually, there are 300.
So how can you handle this? What gives you your personal strength to handle all those children, to be there for everybody, to have an eye on everybody?
Okay, you know, I was born in a polygamous family. And I looked at my family. My mother was the first wife. She died recently, just this month. And the struggles she went through and how we suffered when we were kids. Sometimes we could sleep out because of those violence. Sometimes we could go without food. So it really touches my heart. And I felt if I can really help, because I remember there's a time we were sent out of our home and we slept outside for 2 days. Then so when I look at those kids, it really hurts me, and I feel that time what I felt, it really, I just get encouraged and think that maybe if somebody could have helped me during that time, and some of my sisters, we could be better people than what we are now, maybe. So that one gives me morality to help these kids, and maybe in future, they will also help and just transform the society. You know, what you've gone through and you felt how it feels going through such like environment, it just pushes you to help someone. If you are better, it really pushes you to at least give somebody a hand. And it just melts my heart if I see them learn. And my first children are in Form 4 now. So I'm looking at them, and when they come, we sing, we celebrate together, and they just feel happy. So if God has enabled me at least to have few children who can give me some little money, why can't I share with others who don't have?
Yeah.
So that is.
How did you make your way from these experiences of violence to university and through university?
Okay, I was helped also. There was an MP, an area MP, who came at our home one time. And so after just my 4th form, but during my high school, we used to take some firewoods to school and then they cater for our school fees. But now after Form 4, there's a friend who came to our home one time. My father was very, very sick. He's a distant relative. Then he looked at me and said, "Hey, what are you doing? You've completed your 4th form and now 3 years just sitting at home. There's nothing you can do." Then he decided to take me to college. And that was my stepping stone. So he took me to Eregi TTC College. I did my certificate. So immediately after my certificate, I started doing some voluntary jobs. And then I was employed in another school. So just with that experience, teaching, I decided, why can't I open something? In fact, I wanted to open a center just for ECD children only because of finance and so on. So I rented a house, opened a center. Then after, I was teaching the children myself because I was a teacher. So I was just teaching them. If they can pay little money, I help them. And during that time, I got married also. And also my husband could help me, maybe buy food, and at least try to ensure that the center is running. Yeah. So that is how I began. Yeah. Just like that, little by little, every year I could add another class. Every year from 2010, I was moving yearly. I add a class. Now they're in ECD, let them go to grade 1. Next year, grade 2. That's just how I began. Then after some time, the school was now known. I registered it. And now the aspect of helping others came into my mind. Because even when I began, I got 8 kids. Among the 8, 4 were paying school fees and 2 were paying half of the school fees and 2 completely free. Yeah. So I took my younger sister who was helping me teach the kids. We could do everything. We cook for them, we teach them, we clean. And so that is because, you could not employ somebody at that time. What can you pay? But little by little, the school started growing. As we got some children. So I began just helping them from the time I began. And that is how it has grown little by little until now. Yeah, from 2010.
Step by step.
Yeah, step by step. Yeah.
If you look in the future, where do you want to be in 10 years?
In 10 years, I would like to have a big center that can accommodate 300 children from those families. Then I know by 10 years, some of the children that I have helped will have gained some knowledge and maybe some jobs. So they will really help those children and mentor them holistically. Because my school is a Christian, we base on Christian values. At least I'll have children who will be happy to be in this center. They'll have some good facility, good education, and they'll have good meals than what they have at the moment. And especially the girls, they'll have transformed to women. At least those who are in Form 4 will have transformed to women who understand the importance of education, and the institution will have grown to assist more. Yeah, that is my wish.
So you're looking forward to a big project where those students who passed through your school more or less will give some payback in whatever form, and invest in those who do the next term.
And they know.
That's great. Do you teach your children only physics, mathematics, speech languages, or do you teach
No.
gardening and cleaning and cooking? Do you teach everything?
Yeah, we teach everything. How I wish I could show you our garden. Our children do farming.
Oh, good.
Even the chicken they are rearing, those are grade 6 work. We have some rabbits for them. Then we have a small.
Now we have a little internet problem. Geit, are you still there? Oh, I think this internet is crashing. In the meantime, while we are waiting for Geit, I think this is great work that she's doing. And we need definitely more women like Geit who have a vision and just without too much thinking about it, bring things into action, into life, and do whatever they can, really whatever they can, to make the life of at least a few human beings better and give them chances. So if you think Geit is a one-woman show, more or less, and she's giving 300 children the possibility to enter into a better life. Here are you back.
Sorry, the network problem, I think.
No problem. You were telling us about your garden and the chickens and the rabbits.
Yeah, we've got nice rabbits. We've got some garden here. The children are really enjoying it. We do social work. Like this week, we'll be visiting people in the community. And I'm happy that our Kenyan curriculum changed to CBC. That is the competency-based curriculum. That is where we look at exactly what the child can do. And we've got some musicians here. We've got people who can sing well. We have agriculture. We've had some rare mushroom. Got it. So the children are enjoying. They enjoy doing those activities very, very much. We do cookery. So like I have a kid in grade 4, that is a 9-year-old. She can cook. She can cook rice, chapati. They can cook meat. So these things, all of them, they're done here. When you check on Facebook page, Little Lilies, you get some of the, you get some of the activities that we do with the children.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the children learn what they need later in life.
Yeah, they learn what they'll do later in life. Like we had a child here last year who could sing very well. And she was taken, at least she has been sponsored by a school that loves and also helps those children who can do some music. So you see, like that one has been taken care of. And the mushrooms that we plant here, we can sell them. Sometimes they eat. The vegetables, they eat. We don't sell most of the time because of the number of the kids.
Yeah, which you have to
fruits, feed. Yeah. Then the chicken we rear, we have those layers, those that lay eggs daily. And we have those ones that are just for meat. So at least once a week, they get an egg. Yeah. Some fruits, we buy some, others we plant. So maybe in future, if we get a big land, we can also do farming just with the same kids, minus using people from out, or maybe paying somebody. We do it with our own children. Even the maize we are eating now, they planted some maize in a small place, and they were very happy. They get excited when they see what they are planted has come out. So they get so much excited. So we just encourage them. tell them stories as we do the work together. Yeah.
Yes, it's the same here. I have my own garden, and the tomatoes and the cucumbers from my garden and the salad. I just love it.
Yeah, you really.
It's a lot better than anything you can buy. And watching it grow, it is a lot of fun.
Yeah, so much fun. And you are sure. You are sure of what you are eating.
Yes, and I think that gardening makes people peaceful. The work with plants gives a lot of peace and inner stability, as far as I can see.
Yeah. So that is it.
What are you doing about those children who come to your place and suffered badly from violence at home?
At my school, I have a docket for counseling. I've got, me personally, I've done a degree in counseling and psychology. So I'm part of the teachers who help those children go through. We tell them it is not your mistake and you cannot choose where to be born. Accept, and then it is you to change the situation. So we motivate them and tell them it is only you who can change. You have no one to blame. At least you've come here, and now let us work on changing your family. You cannot change. You know, some of them come in denial. I wish I was born somewhere else. What? So we tell them you have to love your parents, and there is nothing you can do to change where you are born. Accept it, and now let us work on you so that you change the situation back at home. So we take them through counseling, talks, we give them some movies, we give them self-experience. I tell them my story, and they know, some of them, you know, my village is not very far. So some of them could ask their parents, do you know this family? How are they? And their parents could tell them what we went through. So it becomes so easy for them to begin afresh.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So in the end, a lot is about forgiving and forgetting.
Yeah, very much. It is a Christian school. We talk so much about forgiveness, and they tend to love them the way they are. You know, some of them, when they reach teenage stage, they even tend to fear people knowing that those are their parents. So, but for us here, we encourage them. And when the parents, I invite parents to school. Sometimes I call their parents to come to school. The children can run and hug them. And even the parents feel, oh, there is some change. So they forgive and we help. Sometimes we buy food and take to the family back at home. Mostly the mothers suffer so much.
Yeah.
The mothers go through stress. You know, a mother will always feel for the kids. Sometimes it is more than a father. So the mothers are at home throughout with the children. They go through. When they don't have food, it is together with their mother most of the time. So we bring them close and help.
Yeah. Helping never ends.
It never ends. Actually,
never ending.
Never. That one never ends, for real. It never.
Yeah.
And you can't avoid.
As long as you have an open heart, you can't avoid help. It's just no
problem. You can. You know, even just praying for them, you are helping. Yeah, it really helps. It helps so much. Even just talking to them. Yeah, sometimes we've gone to the community, talked to the parents, and some of them change. Just talking and being friendly and just giving some sense. Some of them change. When they meet you, they tell you, I have changed. I'm changing slowly by slowly with the time. You see, yesterday I was like this, and you know, it is really taking impact.
You can't stop violence with violence. You only can stop violence with love.
Yeah, true.
The only way.
Yeah. That is the only way.
Only way, and we see it very, very often.
Yeah.
So what would you recommend to other powerful women who would like to do the same project as you do?
Okay, what I can recommend, I would like to tell them that there is never enough for you to help. There will be never enough. If you wait that maybe you become sorry, you know, my place is very small. In fact, it's not even a quarter an acre. It is 0.04 hectares. So what I tell them, the little helping begins from your own house. When a visitor comes and you give a cup of tea, and then you just develop the aspect of helping. When somebody falls down, like what we tell our children here, when your fellow people falls down, you raise that person up. You've really helped. So to my fellow women, let us be friends and keepers of our fellow women. What our women goes through in the community is tough. If you hear violence from a home, just know the woman in that home is going through hell. You can visit and talk to that woman. That is a way of helping. You can even, if you have a place, maybe you can give some casual works, jobs, just do it. If you can take the kids and even stay with them. I remember when I began, I stayed with 2 children in my house. And by that time, I had not even begun the school. It was just a year before. So I took them and stayed with them. Just having those kids in your house, they will tell you more. And you know, you've eased the burden of your fellow woman. And by doing that, you start thinking on now, what is the future for this family? So my fellow women should just come up, take leadership roles if they are in the community, despite whatever we go through. You rise up. If I could stay at my home waiting for somebody to sympathize, I could still be at home this moment. Just rise up, look for an opportunity. If there is any leadership role, take the leadership. Make some decisions for yourself and even for the community. You can even mobilize some women in the community and do some work that can bring an impact, or you raise your voice so that you are heard. In my community, I took the chief and I told the chief, we don't have water. For these women to listen to me, I needed to do something. Let us just go dig a borehole, then we provide clean water. I took my children, some of the workers in my school, and the children in school. We did it with the children. I only took 2 people to pay those who were digging it, but the rest of the job was fully from the school. So you don't need to have so much to assist. And if you don't rise up and take those initiatives or take those roles, nobody will help you. Nobody will change the way you are living. It is you yourself to rise up and think. Your help maybe will come.
Yes, I think we have an internet problem again. Here you're back.
Yeah, it is back. It is back.
So
it is.
You would say you have to rise up. You have to stand up for yourself. You encourage every woman to do what she sees needs to be done, because women always know what has to be done next.
Yeah, for the sake of your children, you look at your kids suffer. For me, I looked at my mother. Anytime we were thrown out, she could go back because of us. She could go back to that family because of us. Now she looks at us, we are stressed. She could just take us back and says, for the sake of my children, let me go back. Now you see, you continue suffering in the same environment. And if you can take a step, take a bold step and move on, you know, things can change. You know, in Kenya, a woman is not even, it is not easy to get a woman owning a title deed.
Yeah.
So you are like a property in that home. So, you know, everything, it is for the man.
I heard so many times. And I guess this is why it is so important to...
So I keep on sensitizing. Yes. It is very important. First of all, ensure that your children are getting education, especially girls. By doing that, you are empowering them. And then keep on talking to them. Talk to them and come out of that home. Do something. Then respect will be earned. Do something. But I'm happy nowadays, women have started coming up, not like the times we were still young. We mentor the women. In fact, like us, the children who are in grade 6, we've started mentoring them professionally and even personally. They are able to know what I can be. So we look at the end. So when we take them, we tell them, imagine by the time you finish your education, maybe you'll be a teacher or a doctor. Just start thinking about it. How will it feel from that community? Just you becoming a doctor. So the children start developing that strength to move on. You tell them a lot about their career, a lot, how they'll enjoy what, and you start comparing people from the community. Look at this one, they dropped out of school, see the life, see what you're living, the life you're living. So let us just talk to these girls, talk to the women, and with time, these women will rise up and change the community. A woman can change a community more than a man.
Definitely, definitely. If all women would stand up, we would change the world quite quickly and there would be no war and nothing.
Yeah, we could change the whole world.
Yeah.
And let us stand in for our fellow women. Let us stand in for our fellow women.
Yes.
We really need to stand in for our fellow women. Yeah, because life becomes unbearable. Yeah. In fact, when you know, research says when you educate a woman, it becomes healthier because they will earn, they'll give birth to children they can be able to cater for, and they will be wealthier. Even the children will be wealthier. Yeah. But now, if you don't educate them, so me, I thought education will change, and it is really working.
And I hope that you can go on with your work, that you will get divine help and material help.
Yeah.
That you will get donations, that your work can prosper, and and that you can see many, many, many children go through your school and go to personal excellence.
Yeah, very much. The other thing the women of Kenya are doing is going for jobs, maybe in other countries like the Saudi Arabia countries. Like I have a case in my school. I have like 6 kids. Their parents, their mothers went for greener pastures, maybe, to look for those casual works. And by bad luck, we don't know what happened. I don't know if they died. I've stayed with 6 children in my house. I've never met their parents. When they went, the children were brought to my school by the grandmother.
Oh.
Then the mother used to pay, but all of a sudden, she kept quiet, no communication. I think she died.
Probably.
Yeah, because it is now 4 years. They never communicate. Some of the kids have taken them to Form 1, the 3 of them. 3 are still in primary. You see, such like a situation, it is so desperate. The violence has caused this mother to leave her home. And now leaving the home without education, without money, without any business, they decide, let us travel wherever we can meet and get some money. And going to that place has caused her death, maybe suffering. So you see,
Probably.
such like situations, they really make me sad. You
And
look at the
it is a
children,
sad situation.
yeah, you really don't know what to tell the children. You look at them, they hoped that one time their mother will come. They have never seen their mother. You know, it is even better that she dies and then you can bury, you see, actually she died. But you know, you live in hope that maybe one time she will come. It becomes stressful.
Yeah.
So that is what really happens here. Most of the girls who get married, early marriages, and maybe those who are not having any job, they tend to leave the marriage. They cannot contain the violence and the stress. So they decide to look for other jobs.
Yeah.
Such like children, you have no option but just help. Yeah.
So it's very important to be educated, to have a job,
Very.
to have learned something so that you can be independent somehow.
Yeah, you can be independent at least. You are able to go to the bank. You know, when you need a loan, you are told to bring your husband's ID card. So it really hurts. You're told now we need to get your husband's ID so that we can process a loan for you. Because they are sure that at least your husband has a land and he is entitled to a title deed, but you don't have. So sometimes it is just, but with the time I'm praying that God will help us one time, that the situation will change when people are educated, and we shall, one time, the country will change. Yeah, that is my prayer.
And I hope with you.
Yeah, yes. Yes, we are trying. We are trying.
Geit, thank you very much for this live talk. Thank you very much for your inspirational words. And I really hope that you can help hundreds and hundreds of children, taking them through the school and giving them totally different opportunities.
Thank you very much. I've enjoyed sharing with you too. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a nice Sunday and see you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.